Sutton Stracke reacts to Lisa Rinna body-shaming comments. Brian faces a pre-wedding dress-up. Fail as he makes a bow tie blunder. In a recent sneak peek of 1,000-pound sisters, Brian is getting ready for his big day. While dressing up in his tuxedo, he struggles to put on his bow tie. In the funny pre-wedding fail, this is so Brian-coded moment. Brian and Amy's wedding is here. While the bride and her bridesmaids are all getting dolled up, so is Brian. Fans love Brian for his authenticity and care. However, in this new clip, he seems a bit lost with his bow tie. Want to know more about his bow tie moment? What does Chris say about it? Keep reading for the full story. Brian attempts to breakdance at the wedding. 1,000 LB sister stars. Amy and Brian finally tied the knot in the latest episode. The couple entered the room with guests and were met with cheers. Soon after, it was time for their first dance. After the dance ended, Brian asked Amy what they should do next. Amy jokingly suggested they try breakdancing. Brian wasn't sure his suit would allow it, but he gave it a shot. Amy warned the guests that if he got hurt, it wasn't her fault. Brian dropped to the floor and tried a windmill move. Brian's tight suit made it difficult for him to move freely. Some guests looked shocked when Brian started breakdancing. Billy's jaw dropped to the floor, and Brittany had to turn away to stifling her laugh. In the confessional, she stated that Brian dropped to the floor to breakdance out of the blue. Tammy seemed to enjoy the dance and recorded the video on her phone. All in all, it was Brian's solid attempt to show off his moves and to razz Amy up. Brian has a slow brain moment with his bow tie before his wedding. In a recent sneak peek of 1,000-pound sisters, Brian is getting ready to get hitched to Amy. He and his groomsmen are all in their tuxedos, looking really handsome. Then Brian pulls a move with his bow tie that makes Chris shake his head. Brian tries to put on his Velcro bow tie and slip it over his head. Chris is too stunned to speak as he witnesses this blunder. Chris cannot figure out how Brian complicated it so much. In the clip, fans can see Brian struggle to fit his bow tie over his head. Chris reminds him that it's Velcro. Brian then inspects it and states he will figure it out. He finally did understand he could just tie it around his neck. Chris states jokingly that he hopes Brian never has to dress up in a tuxedo again. He also has to make sure that Brian, the groom marrying his sister, is in tip-top shape when he walks out of the room. They already adore Brian for being a supportive and loving partner to Amy.